Hey, welcome to my channel. This is my first video, so nice to meet you. Nice first time seeing you. For this video, I got inspired by another creator here on YouTube. Loved her video. I'll link it down below. And she was doing her favorite TV shows according to a film major, so I decided to do Quarantine Edition. These are shows that are bingeable, feel good, but you also get some mystery and action, so anybody can watch these shows. Okay, so the first show I'm going to talk about is kind of broad, but it's any old Disney Channel TV show. I know a lot of us are stressed during quarantine, so you just need some feel-good nostalgia, and old Disney Channel shows will get you that. I've been watching Raven, Hannah Montana, Zack and Cody, Sweet Life on Deck, everything, and you know, just bring back the good vibes, the good serotonin that we're missing right now. Okay, so the next show I'm going to talk about, I don't know how I have never watched it until quarantine, is Arrested Development. The show's on Netflix and it's based around a family that is very wealthy but loses a lot of their money, and it's just their story of trying to rebuild and their interactions with each other. It has Portia, it has Michael Cera, it has so many great actors and actresses. Definitely highly would recommend. It's funny. Some of the humor is a little not as politically correct because it is an older show, but you just have to take that with a grain of salt, and it's still a really great show that gives me lots of laughs. The next show I'm going to talk about is one of my holy grails, Euphoria. I watched this last summer when it first came out, and it became one of my favorite shows. Love Zendaya, love her acting, and I decided to rewatch it during quarantine. If you've never watched Euphoria, it basically follows a group of high school friends and talks about a lot of real life issues, which makes it so relatable for such a broad audience. There's so many different topics covered, which I think is really important. Can we also just talk about the lighting, the makeup, the choice of the actors, like everything? It was a masterpiece. The creators did such a good job, and I would highly recommend. It was a cultural reset. It was a cultural reset. I believe that. The next I want to talk about is, if you're interested in anime, not sure if you are, Netflix has a great selection, and one of my favorites is Hunter x Hunter. I started it right when quarantine started, and it's just so well thought out. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm on season 3. It basically follows the protagonist Gon on his way to take the hunter exam, which basically allows you to become a hunter, which is like one of the most prestigious positions. And all while doing this, he's also trying to find his father, and there's subplots and storylines with the other characters. Great animation, and just overall such a good anime. So if you want us to get into anime or something, if you've never watched it before, I would actually recommend Hunter x Hunter, because it's a really great show. Next show I want to talk about is Steven Universe. This was a show I put off so long watching, and I don't know why, because my friends always talked about it, but I started watching it last year, and I'm not done yet, so I'm still watching it during quarantine, and it's just so feel good, and the episodes are only like 12 minutes long, so it's so easy to watch, and the colors are so cute, and I really like crystals and everything, and a lot of the characters are named after gems and crystals, so I really love it. Also, this what I want to touch on, you do not need to be a kid to watch cartoons or enjoy them. Anybody can watch cartoons. They're for everyone. It just leads me into the point that I want to make, that a lot of film majors I see, they just have this, like, they think they're like better than everyone else. Like, I don't know if you've related, if you've seen, but it's just this like arrogance, and they think like, oh, like you haven't watched Lady Bird, you haven't watched Call Me by Your Name, like A24, like that. Like, if you really like film, if you really like TV, you can watch anything and enjoy it and critique it and analyze it. So that's just my 2 cents. The next show I want to talk about is RuPaul's Drag Race. I would highly recommend college students, if your school gives you free Xfinity Stream, get it, because there's so many movies and TV shows on there that aren't on other platforms, and that's where I watched Euphoria, and that's where I watched RuPaul's Drag Race. So highly recommend that, and it's just like free, so why not? Anyways, RuPaul's Drag Race, so many good seasons. This season wasn't my favorite, but still highly enjoyed it. You get really invested in the drag queens, and you can root for your favorites, and there's just so much like positivity within the show, but there's like a little drama, you know, like it's a reality show, but Highly recommend. The next show I'm going to talk about is on Netflix. I started it last week and I like watched the first season all the way through, so I'm on the second season now. It's called Dead to Me, and it has Christina Applegate and Linda Cardellini, and it's basically about a woman whose husband dies in a hit and run and they don't know who did it. So she goes to a grief group where she meets Linda Cardellini. I was a little sus about Linda's character from the beginning, but you just need to keep watching to see the twist that is revealed. Definitely worth the watch. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I'll let you know that. Last show I want to talk about, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know you're gonna be like, oh, this girl watched so many cartoons. I also watch a lot of films, but out of TV shows, I do enjoy cartoons too. And like I said earlier, you do not need to be an adult to watch a cartoon. I've loved this show since I was a kid, and I finally rewatched it last year. I haven't on Netflix yet, so I downloaded a VPN and I got Germany Netflix, and then my free trial ran out, and so then I had to watch it on Kiss Anime, which is actually, it's kind of sketch, but if you want to watch anime shows for free, I would check it out, but be careful. I don't want you to get a virus. Anyways, the plot is so good. There's so many wholesome themes and lessons in it that you're like, is this even a kid show? Because like, it is, but there's so many important life lessons shown in it. And basically follows Aang, who has been in an iceberg for 100 years and is the last airbender alive because the Fire Nation wiped out all the other ones. So it's just his journey of him and his friends going to try to defeat the Fire Nation, and it's just so wholesome and cute. If I could be any bender, I think personally I'm a mix of a firebender and a waterbender, but I also really like earth. If I could, I would just be an avatar, but you know, like that's not really about, I don't know, but I'm mostly drawn to fire and water, but you know, earth too. That's it for my quarantine TV shows. Let me know if you want to hear my favorites of all time. Also, let me know if you want to hear what films I've been watching during quarantine, because I've also been hitting the films. I found some really good ones in there, so like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.